Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So today, here we are, and we are going to be doing a Killjoy tutorial. So Killjoy is one of the harder agents in Valorant. It requires a lot more thinking than an agent like, I suppose, Jet or Neon, who just kind of runs around. Killjoy is kind of like Astra. You have to go think about what you do before you do it. And especially when you're like before round and post plant. So I'm gonna be giving you a tutorial on how to go and play Killjoy in those scenarios. Okay, so here we are. I'm gonna just be using A side Ascent on Defender, just for now, as an example. So if you are before the game starts, this isn't gonna be like setup, so it's not gonna be like cool setups you can do. So I'm gonna just throw one together, but it's gonna be like I guess like an example of what to do after the first round. So first round you do stuff. Let's say maybe you get a kill. Good for you. So, in the second round, let's say this was the setup I did last round. In the second round, the enemies would basically know where I put my stuff. So, I can't do this same setup the next round. So, I'm going to have to mix it up. So, instead of placing my turret like here, you could put it here. Putting it here could be a better spot than, like, let's say, putting it like back by Gen. Because first of all, they will see the turret by Gen really quick. If you're going for like one that's more for info, you could put it here. And they will also probably, the first thing they would do is probably just gonna peek this angle or this angle to check for the turret. If they don't see it, then they're gonna start walking up, and then the turret can attack. So for your turret, you wanna place it in a spot. If you're going just for, I guess, like more aggressive and still some info, you wanna put it like a near where you placed it last time, but a bit different so that they will not check that angle. For your alarm bot, this is something that it may take a few rounds for them to fully realize like what you do with it. So I would recommend always putting this in a completely different spot. So like for the first round, you can put it with your turret, but I would recommend if you're playing solo on a site, you could like put it like over here or here, so it can watch over by mid, even just all the way over here by mid if your turret also reaches that. So. Your alarm bot, if you do want to go and put it by your turret because you think they're going to hit really fast, you are going to want to put it somewhere else. So, like, maybe a place like here. And your mollies, they're going to probably know that last time you put your mollies here, and I think it was here. You can still do the same, but for this, I would probably recommend one that's either more aggressive or way more defensive. So, by aggressive, I mean the one that, like, throws them, like, here and here. Or one that throws them by, like, planting spots. Like here and here. So let's say here I have my setup, I have my turret, I have my alarm bot different. For this, let's see, I can put my molly here. Let's see, I think this would be a good spot. And I think I'm gonna do one aggressive so that they can't push back. So this happens, and then they can go and push up. So let's see what happens when they would push up.
Swarm grenade out.
And you can get a kill just like that. So they're gonna see the turret, they're probably gonna shoot it, and then if you activate your molly that was back there, then they can't push up. And there's one here, so that they can't get to like immediate cover behind the box. So what you want to go and do is you just basically want to force them out in the open right when they're disoriented. So like that, they shot the turret, both of the mollies, so then they were stuck out in the open, and I could just peek and shoot them. So that is the first thing for if you're doing a site on defender side. Okay, so let's say that instead of playing a site, you want to play mid. So if you play mid, you can do two things. First, you can put your turret mid. I would normally not recommend this, even though it can hit all this area. They can just see the turret and push up further mid, and you won't know that they pushed up. Or they can just go and rotate around, and your turret will just die. So, and it deals way less damage at a far range. So I would recommend putting your alarm bot here. So a place like here, or a place like here. So, if you place your alarm bot in a place like this, then even if there's somebody mid that rotates, let's say that they rotate A. We won't know that they rotate A, but if the rest of the team is A, at least in like lower ELO, then if there's like 4 people A, we know the other person is going to end up going A. But so if we have a turret, they just see them, they can rotate, and we can't do anything about it. If we put our alarm bot down instead of our turret, we will know that they pushed up even further, which can give us even more info. And we can also go and put a molly by it, like this. So let's say that you want to have some stuff mid, maybe throw your turret B like this. This way you can stay here, you have quick rotations to A and B, and you can help your teammate watch the flank. So if an enemy comes up, then you can pop your molly, swing, get a kill. Let's say you need to rotate A, then you can pick up all your stuff, and if somebody goes B. So this works on most maps. You can just throw your alarm bot over by mid, and maybe in watcher sight. Kind of like on Breeze on A, you can throw your turret doors. In this case, the turret is better, and then you can just throw everything else on their site. So that is a good way to go and play defender, mid. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about post plant. So let's say that you and your team, you make it all the way on the site. So you make it on a site. I'll just go and plant, I guess, over by here. So you plant by here. There are instantly a few things you can do. You can either throw your mollies on the bomb. So if you don't have any lineups or your team planted in like a weird spot like here, you can just toss your mollies on the bomb. Tip for that, you want to go and toss them in weird spots. If you toss them like right on the bomb like that, unless they get hidden on the bomb itself like that, the enemies can probably break them easily. So either you throw them like literally on the bomb, or you throw them next to the bomb. You can also go and set up your alarm bot like that. So you can set up your alarm bot and turret, or if you have lineups, then you can go and do a lineup. So like, I don't know, like this or something. Okay, don't mind that the spike isn't here, but so let's say that you do that. So yeah, so you plant your spike. Good for you. Here's what I'd normally do. So I would throw a molly on the spike if I don't have a lineup. Then you want to go and set up your alarm bot. Tips for setting up your alarm bot and turret. So your alarm bot, you can tell its range by like the blue circle. So see that blue circle? That's its range. So when you place it down, the second an enemy would enter the blue circle, your alarm bot would go off. So if you put your alarm bot like this tells you if somebody is here or here, if you like place it here. If you put your alarm bot like this will just tell you if somebody is here. So in this, it gives you, in a way, less info as that, but it's also easier to play off of. So if you place it here, and you throw like let's say your molly there, it would be way easier to play off of it. So you can just do that, easy way to get a kill. For your turret, for this you can play, I like to place it where it sees 1 to 2 spots. So for your turret, I will probably place it, maybe even just heaven. Because if it's just heaven, that way we'll know if somebody is heaven. So I'll place this heaven. It doesn't see everything, but it gives us guaranteed info if somebody is going to heaven. And you can also, for this, throw molly. So in this case, we would have probably thrown at least one on the bomb. And then you the player, you would be holding the final angle. So there's like 3 different people right now. We have our turret watching mid. We have our alarm bot watching over by the door. And we have us watching over here. So let's see how this would play out. Okay, so that turret went off, so we know somebody's up there.
Thrifty.
And we can get a kill. So that turret, it let us know that they're up there. So we knew that the places that they could be were here, around here, and here. Because they would probably be going to the bomb. Which would, in this case, just be behind Jet. You could have also thrown a molly up here like this, which forced them to push out. And so if you did throw your molly like that, instead of on the bomb or over by the door, then you could instantly peek because you knew that they would have had to push out. So that is all for post plant, and that is all for this tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you have any tutorials that you want for Killjoy, Yoru, etc., please put them in the comments down below, and goodbye!